You know, the Batman 2 is coming and everybody's excited about it, despite the initial kind of poo-pooing ridiculous reaction that everybody had was Twilight Boy was going to be Batman. We told you. There's a reason every major director is lining up to work with Robert Pattinson, and he was a great Batman, and the movie was fantastic. A little long for me, a little bit too long, I thought, but that's my only criticism. Everything else about it was brilliant. Can't wait for the second one. Well, there's been a whole bunch of casting reports and rumors, some more solid than others. A couple of those, of course, have been that Sebastian Stan, aka the Winter Soldier, is going to be in it. He himself actually confirmed that on his social medias. I don't know if he was supposed to, but he did. But the other big name that's been attached, of course, is another MCU alum, Scarlett Johansson, aka Black Widow. Now, it's pretty much just been understood that she is going to be in it, but they never gave an official word. Well, that's done. Because as of today, in this report from Entertainment Weekly, the Batman Part 2 confirms the casting. Robert Pattinson is joined by Scarlett Johansson and other DC veterans and more. So the director of the film, Christopher Reeve, put out a series of posts, kind of one by one, confirming some cast members. And the one that was in there that we really didn't know 100% for sure, but that he confirmed is Scarlett Johansson. Again, whenever you add talent, it's a great idea. Scarlett Johansson is an Oscar-level talent. She doesn't have a ton of trophies on her mantle yet, but she's been nominated. She is Oscar-level. She's absolutely fantastic. So you got her. I adore Sebastian Stan. You know, he came into the studio once and hung out for an afternoon, and we interviewed him for the day. He was wonderful. So seeing these two joining Andy Serkis, Jeffrey Wright, obviously Robert Pattinson. It's a great lineup. It's an absolutely great lineup. But the nerd in me does kind of wonder a little bit, because I had a couple of people write this in asking, is it an issue that we've got two big MCU stars coming up in this DC film? As a matter of fact, one of them is an active, ongoing MCU star, because we're going to see Bucky in some upcoming stuff over on the MCU side. And of course, Scarlett Johansson was practically, I mean, she's an OG Avenger, right? And so that's a question that kind of comes up too. So Rob, let me put it over to you.
Sebastian Stan was introduced in the MCU in a movie that also co-starred Scarlett Johansson.
That's true. Yep. So they've been on screen in the MCU. They're going to be on screen together in the DCU. Guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's video, Hims. You know, one of the hardest things about trying to lose weight is just figuring out what actually works. Because we've seen them all. There are a million trends, diets, and gimmicks out there, and honestly, it can get overwhelming. And that's why weight loss by Hims really stands out. Hims now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill at its lowest price ever, and the Wegovy pen. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite and eat less, so success is within reach. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever and only GLP-1 available in a pill for weight loss, so there are no needles needed. And the process is extremely convenient. Everything happens online. You connect with a licensed provider who determines if treatment is right for you, and if prescribed, your medication gets delivered right to your door. No insurance necessary. Ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/Campea to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's HIMS.com/Campea. hims.com/Campea. Based on advertised cash price for 30-day supply of medication only. Membership required, fee not included, and billed separately. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com. So 2 questions for you. 1, your reaction in response to it now being official, Scarlett Johansson is going to be joining the cast of the Batman 2. But secondly, from a, nerdier kind of perspective, is this eyebrow raising at all that we're having 2 prime level MCU stars appearing in a DCU film together? What do you think?
Well, John, when I was growing up, Al Pacino was in Serpico. He was in Sea of Love. He was in Heat. Played a cop in all of them. I never once thought that they shouldn't have cast Al Pacino in Heat because he played a cop in Serpico. I never thought he shouldn't be in Heat because he played a cop in Sea of Love. It doesn't make sense. Actors act. That's what they do. And if you look at some of the great directors, they work with the same actors over and over again, like their stable of performers. Christopher Guest would do that with, in his movies. Woody Allen certainly had his stable of actors. Just because the subject matter of a movie happens to be superheroic, why would that preclude any actor to play any part? Nobody. Ian McKellen played Magneto before he played Gandalf, and no one said anything there. I don't. I mean, they're different. I think it's fine. I think it's great, and I think that Marvel's loss is DC's gain. I mean, it's just I've never understood the idea. I mean, God, we have Chris Evans, and Deadpool and Wolverine did it perfectly.
Yeah.
Showing us that once you have an actor who's played 2 main character roles from Marvel movies, why is anybody talking about this at all? Because
and at the time they were from completely separate studios.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah, totally. But they were both, and so I don't think I've ever understood that. I think it's kind of a weird thing. Actors act. And plus I love Sebastian Stan. I really think he's a great actor. I mean, he was great as Tommy Lee.
Oh, he was so good.
So good, right? I mean, he's an incredibly diverse. He was great playing Donald Trump.
Yeah, he got a lot of award nominations for that too.
Yeah, I think he's just a fine actor. And what you want is like, I guess I've never thought about what actors' previous roles, what they were in first when I'm watching a movie. I've just like actors,
Do you know Chris Evans was actually in 3 superhero
That's right, because
universes?
he was in the other
Push.
when they were in Hong Kong. Yeah, right.
He was in Push. I believe that was the name. Correct me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong in the live chat, guys, but I think it was Push. And then there was even a 4th comic book movie, The Losers.
Oh, right. That's right.
That Chris Evans, by the way.
Which is a DC comic.
It's funny. That's the first thing Chris Evans and I bonded over. It was the very first time I met Chris Evans, and I've had the privilege and delight to do a couple of things with him, but the very first time I met Chris Evans was at the very first public screening ever of Captain America, The First Avenger. It was a public screening at Comic-Con in San Diego, and they booked out a theater in San Diego. And there were only 2, I believe it was only 2 groups got to interview him at the screening. CNN and me. and the first thing I said before we started rolling, I said to him, by the way, man, I'm sure he's used to this. He had people saying, by the way, I loved you in blank, right? But what he had never heard before, first thing I said, man, I love The Losers. And he was like, right? I'm like, yeah. He goes, that's one of my favorite movies that I've done. And nobody ever talks to me about it. I'm like, I love that movie.
Well, look at the cast.
Oh, the cast was so good.
I mean, come on. It's
You got 2 Marvel alum right there, and then 1 DC.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, he's been all over the place. And I
Marvel.
agree with you,
He-Man.
by the way. It's always this notion of, like, whenever an actor's in a Warner Brothers film, you might see them in the same year also in a Universal film and in a Disney film.
And Anna Hathaway this year is in every movie.
And Anne Hathaway's literally in like 7 movies this year. By the way, finally went to go see Devil Wears Prada 2 last night.
I have not seen it
I
yet.
was late to it. It was nice. No, I didn't think it was as good as the first one, but it was nice. The Tooch ruled, though. The Tooch always rules. Yeah, listen, there's no reason anybody shouldn't be able to play a role in both. I mean, Perry White,
Which one?
Morbius.
J.K. Simmons.
No.
Are you talking? J.K. Simmons is Perry White's DC.
Yeah.
There's Wendell
Lawrence
Pierce.
Fishburne.
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne was Perry White in Superman or in Man of Steel, and he was in one of the Ant-Man movies. There's no reason you can't do both. Now,
By the way, Wendell Pierce should be in. He's in Superman.
I love Wendell Pierce.
He should be in all movies too.
The thing is, when you look at the one thing that is unique about this situation, I'll say, like, at least when it comes to Sebastian Stan, is that he'll be the first guy that I can remember who is ongoing active in both. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be, I haven't checked this, but I think after he was in Ant-Man, I don't think Lawrence Fishburne did another DC movie. I could be mistaken about that. But Sebastian Stan might be the first guy who is currently an ongoing character in the MCU and is now going to also be in a DC film, which I think is kind of interesting. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? It's now confirmed that we have Scarlett Johansson. Somebody's mentioning it. They also confirmed Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell kind of confirmed himself months and months and months ago when he said he got the script and how big his role
He even said it was a smaller role.
Yeah, so he confirmed that himself ages ago. But now we know Scarlett Johansson's in there. What do you think about her addition to the film? And do you have thoughts about the fact that we've got not just smaller role characters like Lawrence Fishburne in the Ant-Man film, but like prime MCU characters appearing together, or at least prime MCU actors appearing together in a DC film? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.